Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to show you a demo about how you can implement navigation service in .NET Maui application. So here I just created one sample application. So let's implement navigation service in this project. So first I am just going to install community toolkit.mvvm plugin so we can easily implement observable property. Okay, so this community toolkit.mvvm plugin I'm just going to install in this .NET Maui project. Okay, now here I'm just going to create a project structure like adding views, view model and models folder. Let me add here services folder also. In that I'm just going to create navigation service. So here I'm just going to add interface, navigation service interface and that implementation. So let me create another class that's just going to implement this navigation service interface. Okay, here in navigation service, I am just going to create one method for navigation. This method I am just going to use route detail and that routing parameter that going to be string and object format. So whenever I navigate, so that key will be in the string format and that value will be the any type of object. Now let me implement this navigate to async method here in navigation service. So here I am just going to check if the parameter is not null, then I will just navigate to particular whatever the route detail I pass to that route with this routing parameter. Otherwise I will just navigate without parameter detail. Okay, now here in a view model I am just going to add one base view model. So in that I will just add this navigation service detail. Okay, so here in a base view model constructor, I just added navigation service. Now let me register this navigation service here in Maui program.cs. Okay, so now I can use this navigation service in any view model or view. So let me add here now one page. So here I am just going to add one app launch page and that view model. So this app launch page view model going to inherit base view model. And here in constructor, I'm just going to use iNavigation service, and that I will pass to base view model. Okay, and here in app launch page, I'm just going to bind this app launch page view model to app launch page. So let me just use here. Okay, so app launch page binding context will be this app launch page view model. So this page view model and page also I need to register here in Maui program.cs. Okay, and here in app cell.xaml, now I'm just going to set default page as this app launch page, so that page exists in a views folder. So from the views, I'm just going to use this app launch page part. Okay, now let me run the application and let's see it's displaying this app launch page or not. Okay, so default this page is loading app launch page. So now you can write any logic here in app launch, like if the user is logged in, then navigate to some other page like a dashboard page. If it is not logged in, then you can just navigate to login page. Like that logic you can add here on app launch page. So right now I'm just going to add one button, and on the click of that button I'm just going to navigate to some other page. Okay, so here in a view, I'm just going to add one student list page, and that page view model. And here in a list page, I'm going to use this student list page view model. So this page dot binding context will be the student list page view model. Now let me add that registration of these two pages here, student list page and that view model registration. I just want to create the object every time whenever I load the student list page view model. So for that reason, here I have just added add transient. Now here in app cell, I'm just going to add routing detail. Okay. Now here on app launch page, I'm just going to add one button, and let me create command here on app launch page view model. So this navigate to student list command, I'm just going to add here. Okay, now if you see here, like when I try to bind command, I cannot see any suggestion. So you can use compile time binding. So you just need to add here namespace of view model here. Now from these view models, you can just set this page data type to like whatever the view model bind to this app launch page, that view model you can set here. So now you can just see this command navigate to student list command, and if is there any error also, then you will just like before run the application on while compilation you will see the error, so you can easily fix that. So it's a good to use this compile time binding. Okay, now here on app launch view model, here I'm just going to use now navigation service dot navigate to a sync, and in that I just need to pass student list page. Okay, and let me just change this navigate to a sync method. I just here I will set default parameter as a null. So while navigating, I no need to pass every time parameter as a null. So now it will be optional. I can pass parameter or not. Okay, now let me run the application. So it's just going to navigate to student list page using this navigation service. Okay, so here on the click of navigate to student list, it's just navigating to student list page. Now let me add some dummy data here on student list page. So I'm just going to create one model, student model class. That I'm just going to create student name and email. Okay, and here in a student list page view model, I'm just going to create observable collection of student model. And here I'm just going to add some dummy data. Okay, and this dummy data here in a student list collection view, I'm just going to bind. Okay, so here also you can set data type in a collection view data template. So for that, let me just add here models. Okay, so my student model class exists in model folder. So for that, here I just added namespace. Now I can access that student model, and all property I can access here now. Okay, and also here in a student list page view model, I'm just going to create another command. So on the click of this student particular student detail, I'm just going to add that student detail and navigate to another page, student detail page. So let me just add another command here. Okay, so this command on student selected command, I'm just going to bind here on student list page collection view. So here on frame.gesture recognizer, I want to execute this command on student selected command that exists on student list page view model. So for that, I'm just going to set register type as a student list page view model, and from there I will just execute this on student selected command, and that command parameter will be current binding object. Okay, now here another page I am just going to add that student detail page, and model. Okay, so this page data type also I'm just going to set as a student detail page view model, and here in a student detail page code behind, I'm just going to set this page binding context as a student detail page view model. Okay, this student detail page I'm just going to add here in appcell.yaml.cs, here in a routing.register route, and also I'm going to register this student detail page here in a Maui program.cs. Okay, now here on a student list page view model, student selection, I'm just going to now navigate to student detail page, and here I'm just going to pass parameter detail in dictionary format. So here key and value I'm going to pass. So that key going to be student detail and that value is going to be current selected object. Okay, now to access the student detail here on a student detail page view model, so for that here I need to use query property, and I can here I need to pass key and that property I want to bind this student detail. So let me create here observable property. Okay, so this student detail is going to be type of the student model. So that reason here I have created the student detail type of student model. Now here I'm just going to pass this student detail and that key going to be this student detail key. Okay, now let me just display some basic student detail here on student detail page. Okay, now let me run the application and let's see it's displaying basic student detail or not. Okay, so here on the selection of navigate to student list, it displaying student list page, and here on selection, let me see. Okay, so this command is not executing. So let me see here on a student list page. Yeah, I have mentioned this command. So let me see this. Let me change this command to student selected, and same thing I'm just going to use here. I think because of I use on student selected, might be it not working. Okay, so now it's executing this command, and here it's displaying student detail. Okay, now I'm going to add another method here in navigation service. Like let's say if you want to update some detail of the student list page from here, like if you want to execute some command of this student list page from here without using that messaging center, so that you can do using getting this student list page view model, and from that you can just execute any command of the student list page. So let me create that method. So here in navigation service, I'm just going to create a get page view model. So here I'm just going to pass any model that exists in navigation stack list, and based on that view model, that entire view model object, I'm just going to return. So let me just implement this get page view model method here. So here I will just fetch page detail from cell.current item. So this will return entire navigation stack list. So whatever the page I navigated, like from app launch to student list and from student list to student details, so that stack list will be available here. And from there I will just check if the page is not null, and if the page dot binding context dot get type is equal to whatever the view model I passed here, that match, then just return that page detail. And here I will check if the page detail is not null, then I will just return this page detail dot binding context. Otherwise, just return default whatever the view model I passed that object. So it's just going to basically return null. Now here on a student list, student detail page, I'm just going to add one button. So let me create one command here on student detail page view model. So this is command here, I'm just going to bind, and using navigation service I'm just going to fetch now student list page view model. So in a get page view model, I'm going to just provide the student list page view model class. So it's here throwing this error because there is no empty constructor exists here on student list page view model. So let me just create here as well as on a base view model. So now this error will, yeah, it's gone. Now I am just going to execute any command that exists on student list page view model. So here on student list page view model, let me create one command that is going to okay. So this refresh student list command I am just going to execute, or let's say just add one student detail, and here simply I am just going to add one detail. Okay, this add student command now I'm just going to execute from here student list page view model dot add student, then command dot execute. And from here you can pass any object detail also. If you want to pass some parameter detail here on add student command, that also you can do. Now let me run the application and let's see. On the click of is execute student list page button, does it going to add record here on student list page or not? Okay, so right now here is a 4 record. Now when I click on this button and when I go back, so it's added one record, this record. Let me again add. So if I click again this command, so it's just going to add here one record. So like that way, instead of instead of using messaging center, you can use like this way. You can access any page view model. If you are using MVVM structure, then you can access like whatever the pages exist on navigation stack list that you can access, and whatever the command you want to execute from that particular page view model that you can access. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you like this video and thank you so much for watching.